Hey guys, and welcome to Mangotology. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. My name is Steven Mango, and I'm an ex-Scientologist that works here on YouTube exposing the abuses of Scientology. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure to go down below, click on that subscribe button, as well as the bell icon right next to it, so you stay notified whenever I post a new video on Scientology. So I actually am in a bit of a hurry because I am going to my first therapy session, and I'm going to be explaining that a little bit later on in this video. And it's a big step for me to be going to therapy. We all know what that means in terms of being an ex-Scientologist and being able to accept help from a mental health professional. We're going to be getting into that. But first off, since I am going to therapy, I've just been kind of sitting in my feelings a lot, and you guys know I've had a really rough 5 or 6 months or so after my back surgery. I basically didn't move from my bed for the whole entire time, honestly. I basically got up, showered, went back to bed, and that was my life for several months, which is really depressing. And I know you guys have been seeing me on camera posting a lot of videos here on my channel, so you know that I am kind of back in my routine and swing of things. I'm in a good headspace now, and even though probably over those couple of months I probably could have used some psychiatric medicines, I'm still opposed to them from my brainwashing in a way. So again, I'll be explaining that towards later on the end of this video, but I finally am in a place where I'm like, okay, I want to go over my problems, and I finally was able to make that first appointment. So I'm happy that I'm taking that step in that journey through kind of figuring out and working through a lot of my problems. So we're going to be getting to that. But because I was preparing for this therapy session, I was thinking a lot about Scientology, and I think on my mind lately, because I said in my last video, on the question and answer video, about how I've been having issues with my family not accepting me for speaking out against Scientology, or my life choices of being on YouTube, or just accepting me as a person. I just started to think about like the loss of that, and thinking about the loss of a lot of different friends in my life that have been toxic or abusive towards me in different ways, or who just didn't serve me right. And I was just thinking about the loss of Scientology. Now, of course, we all know Scientology is a abusive criminal enterprise. You guys have seen me sit here on over 100 videos and talk about the dangers and crimes that Scientology commits on their members. But I think that is very rational, and a lot of people don't realize there's a very big emotional and mental component to leaving Scientology and just the experience in general, because like I've explained, it's not something where you just sit, pray at an altar, and you go home and you believe in Jesus, and that's that. It encompasses every single aspect of your life, about your personality, your mental health, how you think, how you believe. Like, everything is looked at as Scientology is the source of everything in your life. And for me, I came to LA when I was an 18-year-old kid, and I just didn't have that sense of purpose or belonging, and Scientology filled that for me. So I feel like the loss in coping with that of Scientology, in a way, like, yes, I could honestly think and be like, okay, these are all the horrible things Scientology does, but there's still that emotional component where it's like the brain and your emotions and mental stuff doesn't all kind of click all at once sometimes. And I know other ex-Scientologists may not even admit this or talk about their like real honest feelings and thoughts, because they want to be like strong, and I left Scientology and we're gonna go and battle it out with David Miscavige, and I am so down for that. But there's just such a feeling of loss even all these years later that I've still had to kind of cope with and come to terms with, because I really feel like my purpose was a Scientologist for so many years, and I really wanted to be an auditor and go up the bridge and help people, and I really truly believed at my core that Scientology could help humanity. And it sounds crazy to some people, but I really did believe that. Whereas I feel like some other like second generation, not everyone, I can't speak for all other ex-Scientologists, but some of the second generation Scientologists, their parents raised them in it, and they were always resentful. They hated Scientology. They didn't want to do it, but they were just like pleasing their parents. So it's easier for those people, I feel like, sometimes in certain circumstances, don't come for me guys, but in certain experiences it's easier for them emotionally and mentally to move on. That doesn't mean that it's easier to deal with the disconnection. There's other aspects of it, but I can only speak for myself, and having that purpose of being able to save our humanity and our world I had the power to do that. I thought that I could go and save people from drugs. I can change our society, tip the theta 2 and theta ratio on this planet. And I was able to go off and like free people. And that's what I'm thinking, like, wow, like that's what my purpose is. It's not to go bag groceries at the grocery store or to sell t-shirts at the mall. Like, yes, that's a fine, honest way to earn a living. But for me, leaving Scientology to then be able to cope with like, what is like my purpose? Like, what am I doing with myself? You know what I mean? Like, I never found something that was as comparable to the game that I was playing in Scientology. And yeah, I could do charity work, whatever, but this is different. This was being able to save our planet. So could you imagine coming out and then it's like, oh, like I went to hairdressing school. It's like, okay, you're going to be a hairdresser and there's going to be bitchy people that are going to be, you know, complaining about how you cut their hair, blow dry, wash their hair, do it like this, do it like that. And then you're just like, you just feel so empty. It's like, am I just someone's servant? Like, what is life? You know, it's like, is my goal just to wash someone's hair for a living and that's all that I'm going to be? Like, I just felt like I had so much more to offer. And that's why I love doing my activism work. But I just felt like, what in the world is this life supposed to be? Am I just supposed to be content with like a basic existence when I feel like I have so much more to give? And it could be part of the Scientology brainwashing, but and maybe a form of narcissism to some degree that I felt like I was able to do that. I don't think I'm a narcissistic person now. I help a lot of other people and stuff like that, and I really rarely think about myself, I feel. But at the time, I feel like maybe I was more narcissistic to think that I could save our planet and do all these big, wonderful things. So there was that, and having that sense of community. I don't know if you guys live in a big city or not, but especially when you're in somewhere like LA, I feel like LA is not as bad as like say New York is, for example, but when you're in a really big city, it's hard to find like personal bonds and connections with people, or people that aren't toxic or like wanting to use you because they're like, oh, this person's in the entertainment industry. Steve Mango's a YouTuber. If I get on his channel, maybe he'll give me a shout out and then I'll get followers. It's like that type of thing. That's how so many people are when you deal with creative people. Or, oh, this person's a talent agent. We can meet this one. It's like so much snarkiness. I feel like when you're dealing with entertainment stuff, that's why I took a break from the entertainment industry for like 8 years or something like that, just because I haven't been able to deal with, I don't like to use people. I don't like to try to network and be fake. Like, I can't do the fake thing after Scientology, guys. I can't BS with people. If I feel like people are using me or they're trying to control me or get me to do something or they're manipulative, I'm done with that. I dealt with it for several years. I'm not able to deal with fake BS anymore. Like, we're done with that. I cut out a lot of different friends in my life because I felt like a lot of them just wanted to drink, party, whatever, and there's that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when people are trying to use me, like I forgot my wallet, I don't have money for lunch, can you come pick me up and drive me 10 miles to this bar? And then really they didn't want to see me at the bar, they wanted to hang out with some other person at the bar, but they were using me to get there. So once I saw that that was starting to happen, I'm so much stronger as a person. I don't deal with any of that anymore. But in Scientology, I felt like the people that I was interacting with, yes, I realize now at surface level it was fake, but they were so interested in me and we had like such a real connection. I was interested in them and we were like honestly feeling like we were like religious friends. Like, these people don't want to use me or harm me. They just want to work with me to go up the bridge, and they care and they want to help other people. They don't want people to go on drugs. And we all have the same belief system and the same purpose and goals and aims. So it's easy to be friends with people even if we were a little bit different in different ways, or they were like 30 years, 40 years older than me, whatever. I felt like these different people were honest, genuine, good people that weren't gonna take advantage of me because I could just report them to ethics or write a knowledge report on them, right? And these people were, I thought, great, honest people that had a real purpose in this world and weren't just like lazy couch potatoes. And I can't relate to people my own age, guys, and that's another problem I have. I can't relate to someone who's 27 or in their 20s, and even this was the case when I was 18, 19, 20 in Scientology, or 21, whatever. I couldn't relate to other people my age because I felt like I was on this mission and this purpose and doing like all these great things, and I felt so much more mature. I didn't want to party and go to, you know, USC or UCLA and like drink beer from a keg stand or something. I wanted to honestly make a difference, and I don't know, I think that was the other thing that was hard and that I miss about Scientology, or missed, I guess, was that form of bond and connection and spirituality. So like we're saying, I miss having that purpose of like saving the world. And even though I have other purposes, my main goal is YouTube now. I love making videos. I love my platform and my audience, and being able to create my own content, not relying on some acting producer or agent or someone to get me a job. I can film videos and entertain people in my own way. Love that. And that's my main purpose and goal, is to help with taking down Scientology and kind of like flipping it and taking down Scientology. So there's that. And yeah, I just miss having that purpose of saving the world, even though I know that I can maybe do that in another way, in another form, but it just doesn't feel the same, and I still haven't been able to find that. So that's one thing. The friend issue, like I said, that, and having a community and belonging, and not just feeling, oh, I'm in this city. Like when I was talking to my dad a couple weeks ago, before we had a falling out again, he's like, go to like the gym, like just talk to the people. When you see them every single day at the gym, like start saying hi, and my name's Steve. And like, he's like trying to give me advice, because I was very lonely, and I still am, and I have no friends to hang out with or call besides my husband. Like I don't have someone to call, honestly, swear to God. I know people say I don't have friends, and they have like 4,000 million friends in the world. Like I have you guys to talk to on the internet. I love when you guys email me and write to me. Like it makes me feel less alone in the world when you guys comment and stuff on my videos, but I don't have the ability to call up and say, hi Sally, do you want to go and get a drink, or do you want to hang out or go to this concert or this event? Like I don't have anyone to do that with. And it's just really sad and lonely, because I could have had that. I had several friends, especially when I was in hairdressing school. I had so many friends. They were all mostly people that were taking advantage of me, that wanted to, you know, take money from me. I had people, like there was someone I gave a lot of money to help them with a personal legal situation they were going through, and it was going to possibly result in jail time. I'm talking to the tune of like probably $2,000 maybe, and the person used it for not the purpose I was giving them to. It was just like to party and stuff like that. So again, I've been screwed over because I'm a nice person, and it's like, yeah, if I still want to be friends with those type of people, if I wanted to party and do all sorts of wild things, I could, but I'm not willing to do that when it's a harmful, toxic relationship. But yeah, I don't have those type of relationships. And when I was in Scientology, like I had that instant bond and connection with those people that was like, oh, you're also on the bridge, you're also training to be an auditor, you're also doing these things. And that at lunch after a course, like we can sit in the Rose Garden Cafe at Celebrity Center, and we could all hang out and talk about our course and how much wins and gains, and how theta it felt at Celebrity Center. Theta is like life force, and it's like pure white light, let's put it like that, right? And N theta is like evil, negative, bad press, like all, and turbulated theta is the word. It's basically almost like, I'm trying to think of like the English way. It's so hard to explain these different concepts, guys, but in theta is basically, let's just compare it to the devil. Celebrity Center's theta, like white light, like God almost. So when you're there, you felt like this, you felt yourself expanding. And I know there was a lot of different times too. There was like group processing, different hypnotic things going on. I know I was under mind control looking back, but at the time, and just like, again, it's like sometimes hard to kind of wire your mind to think about things in the logical way, but it felt like I was in this holy place, and it's hard, like you felt safe. And I also miss this idea, and I'm hoping I could find this in some other way, but I didn't feel so lost. Like I was this actor, like trying to find my way in this weird, crazy world, and I'm 18. I never lived on my own. I never even knew how to do laundry. But here I am. I could do step by step on how to handle every area of my life. Grade 0, being able to communicate with anyone in any subject. Grade 1, help, and whatever grade 1 things. Grade 2, transgressions, right? And you're dealing with all these different areas of your life with a specific end goal of how it's going to help you and change your belief system, right? And I have my own system of how to handle my own life, but it was just so easy to know, like when I'm having problems, like, oh, like there's like direct solutions and help. And it's not like fake, like, oh, breathe in, breathe out. I felt like with auditing, I was able to permanently erase these different things in my life that were harming me, so I would never have that in my life again. So Scientology was always this holy like thing to me. And it's hard because there is no right way. Like when I was asking friends, my husband, whatever, like, what should I do in this case? Or like, what should I do like for my work situation when I was having problems with hairdressing, when I was getting carpal tunnel and all these different things. It's like no one has the answer. And that's what I've learned. Like no one has the answers to save the world. And it's just a hard realization, because you want to believe, for example, that Scientology, like, you reincarnate and you come back lifetime after lifetime. That was so comforting to me, because even now I have such bad death anxiety, like I'm gonna die and I don't know what the afterlife is, so I don't know if I'm doing enough in this world. I know a lot of people have these type of thoughts, but it was so comforting to know that, oh, I can come back again. This is just maybe 80 to 100 years of whatever this existence has been for Stephen Mango. In the next lifetime I can do something again, or I can, you know, be a doctor in my next lifetime. This lifetime I can just do whatever I'm doing now. So it's just been really hard to cope with. I just miss I miss having, say, people who didn't judge me and believed in me very hard too. That was the other thing. Like, people were so encouraging, that they were like, you can do it, you're gonna go to that audition, you're gonna book it. And that's what Scientologists were, because it was part of their love bombing sort of thing. And, you know, they have other friends and people that were like creative too, and be like, yeah, let's all use our talents to change the world. So I know I could still do that in some way. I know I can do that on YouTube here, like taking down Scientology, but I guess like the emotional component of Scientology were very hard to move on from. Yes, I know it's toxic. Yes, I know Scientology is the worst thing in the world, guys. This is why I have this channel. I'm not sympathizing with Scientology in terms of the crimes, about the courses, David Miscavige, management, people being held against their will. I know, but all that, financial abuses, I get it, right? But I'm just talking about the emotional component of what I thought, and I was sold a bill of goods that weren't true. And it was all fake. I can look at this video all now and be like, that's fake, that's fake. Like, as I'm saying the words out of my mouth, like, that's fake. Having that sense of security, it was fake. It was all just this lie. But, you know, it's just a loss that I'm trying to cope with. I really do have to go to my therapy session, guys. I'm going to be leaving in, I'm looking at my phone here, 5 minutes. So listen to me for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to you guys after the 5 minutes to fill you in on what happened in the therapy session, how it all went. I also want to say too, because it's kind of halfway in the video, it's kind of a long way through, I wanted to put this in the beginning of the video. Scientology TV is now in their new season. So you guys have seen I put 1 million ads on my videos. I'm sorry about that. I explained in my question and answer video. If you haven't seen it already, it's called Am I Rejoining Scientology Q&A. Go down below, watch that video. It's really great. It's 40 minutes long. I answer all your questions about Scientology, but I am going to try to cut down some of the ads, or you guys can get YouTube Red. It's like $10 a month for like YouTube Premium to be able to shut off all ads on every creator, and it still benefits us as YouTube creators. This is my job, guys. I know I've put a lot of ads on different videos, but the reason why I've been putting a lot on, and I probably will be in the next week or so, so bear with me, Scientology now has their new television network series out now. So they're heavily advertising on videos that are tagged Scientology and other Scientology related tags. So when you guys are saying, oh my god, Stephen Mango, there's an ad about Scientology on this video, oh my god, it's so spooky, why is this happening? It's a great thing, because it's my way of making money back from Scientology, and anyone who gets Scientology ads on their videos are getting basically paid through Scientology's ad budget. So when you guys are watching the ads and watching my videos, whatever, I'm getting paid from the advertisers, right? So if Scientology's advertising and putting a lot of money on certain channels that are talking about Scientology, so say for every 1,000 views, it's typically, say, you get $5, right? I don't know the exact amount. Say now for every 1,000 views, it's $18, right? So it's a premium, because Scientology is putting a lot of money behind their television new series coming out. So just understand that, guys, that it's strategic for people like me right now who are making videos about Scientology, because yes, we're doing it to help, all of that, of course, I know, but it's also really great because Scientology is advertising on a lot of our channels that are exposing Scientology, and then we're in return able to make money and a living, so then we can go and continue to take down Scientology with their own dollars. So I'm just throwing that out there just so you guys understand. I'm very honest. Other creators won't talk about it, won't talk about the ads, won't talk about how they make money and stuff like that. It's how it works when you're a YouTube partner. Anyways, so a couple weeks ago, Jeff found out through his employer that we have benefits to get 10 free therapy sessions. I know it's not a lot, but it's a start for me to get some type of help. And I think this guy's also in network with my insurance. Possibly I'm going to find out today, so then I can continue on maybe weekly therapy. Scientology obviously is very anti-mental health, all of that. They don't want you talking to a therapist. I can go into all the details when I get home, guys, if you guys aren't familiar with that. I'm just wanted to turn on the camera and talk about it because it's just very nerve-wracking to open up and talk to someone. I don't know if this guy has any experience with ex-Scientologists. I don't think so. It's more for me to deal with my panic attacks and anxiety and depression, my cult-related stuff, my friend issues, my family issues. I have a lot of different problems I've been struggling with that have really paralyzed me emotionally, so it's a big step for me to come and open up to someone. I tried to go to therapy last year and the therapist didn't show up to the session, and I was all ready, and it kind of like defeated me because I was getting my hopes up for like 3 weeks. Like, I'm gonna get help, 3 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 1 more week tomorrow. I was so excited to go into the therapy, and the person didn't even show up for the session, and there was all this drama, so I had to go and put that on the back burner, I guess. I should have gotten help sooner than that because clearly for 5 months I didn't leave my bed. And I've dealt with a lot of struggles in the last year or two, more so than I could even explain right now in this one video before I leave. But I don't know, it's just scary to open up to someone. I did see a cult-related therapist. You guys might have heard this person being recommended on another Scientology channel. I saw that person. No shade, not going to mention their name, but they weren't in network with insurance. It was cash only. So imagine paying around, say, $150 or $200 a week. That's a lot of money when you're just making YouTube videos, a couple days a week. It's a lot of money to go to therapy for that much money. B, they're like, oh yeah, we'll provide a super bill, right? And then you can get reimbursement possibly with the insurance. So like weeks would go by, I'm like, I need the bill. Oh, I'm going on a plane, I'm busy, I'm on vacation, I'll get it to you eventually. It's like my insurance needs that. I can't afford to wait weeks because you're not doing your billing or accounting properly. Then there was all these like, oh, I want cash, because there was like these cult groups that this person would host, and they wanted cash. But then I think I eventually was able to pay with my employee health savings card thing, which was fine, but it's like you couldn't get like a bill to be reimbursed for that. I think the person was maybe doing these sessions possibly under the table because they didn't want people to report it to their insurance, or they didn't want to account for that money that they might have been making on the side. Again, no judgment if that's what they want to do. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, you should be paying your taxes. Everyone, I pay my taxes, but I don't know if that's the case. Allegedly, my conspiracy on that of why they weren't providing a bill for going to those weekly group sessions, a little bit weird. I would have loved to see this person. They really understood about Scientology. They really helped me for a long time. I did possibly maybe a month or 2 of those groups, but yeah, we're gonna have to establish with someone new who takes insurance, because I can't afford $1,000 a month to go to therapy. That is a lot of money. I'm just really hoping I don't have to explain too much about like the background of Scientology and all that stuff, because then that eats up the whole 10 sessions. My issues aren't 100% Scientology, but a lot of issues stemmed from before, during, and after. Why I got in, why I got attracted to Scientology to begin with. I'm really excited to kind of explore my mind in therapy, when I know Scientology would forbid that. 100% no, don't do it. They're evaluating for you, they're trying to hypnotize you and confuse you, like all these different things. I know that's not true. I know therapists aren't all bad. I just have that still brainwashing about psychiatry. I won't see a psychiatrist. I won't get medicated for psychiatric mental stuff. And I think it serves its place. I think there are certain people who, like I was, couldn't function and maybe could take psychiatric medicine and get up out of bed and lead a productive life. Or people who are schizophrenic or bipolar. I think that there are mental health conditions that are just as serious as physical problems. I think people don't understand, even ex-Scientologists, who still refute even therapy or refute getting help, because it might affect them in a future life if they rejoin Scientology. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, guys, but I will either take this camera with me and talk to you guys, or maybe I'll vlog a little bit on my phone, or I'll come back in the same spot and explain to you what happened and a little bit more about Scientology's mental health stance. So stay tuned, guys. I'm nervous. It's so scary to open up and talk to someone about your feelings. I'm kind of dreading it in a way, but I don't know, guys. I'll stop rambling and I'll see you guys in 2 hours. Okay, guys, so I'm back. It's about 2 to 3 hours later since I started this video and told you guys about going to this therapy session. I did very briefly mention, but like you guys probably know if you're following like Scientology related content, going to a therapist or any type of mental health practitioner is considered one of the biggest like sins or transgressions that you can do, because Scientology, and specifically like Dianetics, is the modern science of mental health. And L. Ron Hubbard believes that psychiatrists and others in the mental health field are just trying to destroy Scientology so they can continue to drug people and make money from the pharmaceutical companies, or, you know, benefiting from the pharmaceutical companies, and they're getting payments, and there's evil, crazy people, right? So for me, I guess like my only worry in the beginning was like, how do I fill someone in on all of the dark side of Scientology and stuff like that when this person specifically isn't like a cult-related therapist? He was very warm and welcoming when I first came in, so it was really nice to know that, you know, he seemed very interested in hearing about my stuff about Scientology and stuff like that. And it was just very interesting to explain to someone who knew just the idea that Scientology is bad. And this is what I say a lot of the times to people. They know that Scientology is bad, but they don't know necessarily like why or like all the specifics. But, you know, you can mention Scientology like, oh my God, and, you know, he seemed concerned because they know like, oh yeah, they're horrible. So everyone knows to some degree that Scientology is bad. So at least I know like my videos are making that type of difference. I don't think like necessarily in this case, you know, to this person, you know, that doesn't know anything about Scientology other than it was bad. But I don't know, I just feel like I have so many problems that take a long time to discuss to someone, you know what I mean? Like I have a lot of problems with Scientology, but also with just my life, and I know that's kind of with everyone, but it's just more than just like your run-of-the-mill, like, I mean, I have anxiety because I don't like my job. Like, it's not like just like that surface level sort of anxiety. I have problems stemming from years and years of abuse and stuff. But it was interesting because when I was talking to him about the Scientology stuff, I was kind of just like vomiting all my feelings about all sorts of things, not just Scientology, but about everything. But I talk like this, and I go into one discussion, then I start talking about this, and then this, and this, and it's just kind of like, breathe, like, you're here. And it was interesting. He's like, you know, put your feet on the ground, like feel like you're back, like on like the couch or whatever it was, and like you're here, like come to like the present time. It's almost like something Scientology would say, like come to present time, but it's like you're here, like you're alive, like you're out, like you have to realize like you survived, like you're a survivor, like your story is so amazing and whatever, but you're here now, like you're free, like you aren't there anymore, like you made it out the other end type of thing. And it was kind of interesting to kind of hear someone kind of like acknowledge that in a way to me. It's like, you know, you're here, you're fine, like you're safe now, like you made it through. And it's like, yeah, you know, I really did come out the other end from my experiences inside Scientology. And, you know, I think I was telling him about like how I do my channel and stuff. Maybe he'll even come across it. I don't know if he's gonna look it up later or something, but I have 9 more sessions. I'm going again on Friday, so I think I'm going to be going twice a week until the free sessions run out. Then I'll figure out what I'm doing from there. But at least it's 10 sessions of help that, you know, that's 10 hours right there for free. You can't complain about that. And I was talking about my channel and doing stuff, and, you know, he was saying, you know, the reason why it's hard for me, you know, even though, you know, I could be like an activist, I can be on camera, like doing this for you guys, on the other hand, I still do get stress and anxiety, and I have problems with, you know, dealing with, you know, Scientology as a whole, like feeling, I don't know, but he was just basically saying like, you know, it's because you're still struggling and haven't worked out a lot of the trauma that you experience. And, you know, when I thought about them, like, it's true, like a lot of the times when, you know, I'm dealing with post-traumatic stress and these different things, like I haven't really worked through it with anyone. I've always just kind of pushed it aside or made my videos and not really talked to like a professional about my feelings. Like I've done some therapy before, but again, it was not targeted specifically to Scientology. I went to therapy years ago when I was coming out of the closet, so it was a whole different thing, like trying to deal with like how do you tell your family, and it was a different kind of mental health help that I was getting at the time. So it wasn't 100% directed towards, you know, my stress and anxiety and PTSD about Scientology. But anyways, I'm glad that I took that first step to do that for myself, because I know that I wouldn't have done it under normal circumstances. I don't know, like I just feel like I decided to go more or less when I was going through a lot of the stuff like post my surgery, and like when I was just dealing with a lot of the stress and stuff of just dealing with like, what's my life purpose, what am I doing with myself, like, and you know, all those things that got triggered after the surgery, which just kind of set me in a tailspin. But now I've been doing better, so it's kind of good to be able to kind of talk to someone when I'm not in like a crisis type of thing, but I just think that, yeah, it's good to have someone that can listen, even if they don't know everything, say, about Scientology or whatever. And that's why I encourage a lot of other ex-members, like, just try it, like, just go, and it's not as bad or evil as you think it is, you know? It's a lot different than what Scientology and other groups make out therapy or mental health practitioners to be. It's like these people actually honestly care. Like, when I was talking about my past, my bullying and stuff, the guys seem to actually, like, care, whereas Scientology would be like cha-ching, 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 and yeah, these people get paid, but it's a whole different thing. They're not trying to control your whole entire life like what Scientology is trying to do. So that was that. Actually, I went to the store because it was in like Nara Mall, and I probably shouldn't be buying more clothes, but I just thought this was kind of fitting. It says Soul Searcher, I think. Which I thought was kind of cool because it kind of is what I've been doing lately with myself and just kind of getting my life on track. So it's kind of cool that I found this shirt. I found a couple other little things, but anyways, it was just kind of part of the experience, I guess, of me soul searching. And I saw a soul searching shirt, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy one. But anyways, guys, that's basically what I want to talk to you guys about today. I'll keep you guys posted if you have any interest in these type of like vlog type of videos. I didn't actually bring the video camera with me and brought it on, but if you want to hear stories or updates about like the therapy and stuff, I'm an open book and I'll share with you guys as I kind of go on that journey. And I have a lot of different video ideas in my phone. I have a lot of different notes of videos that I have to make for you guys, a lot of things that I wanted to commentate on that's going on in the Scientology world or with other, I don't know, I don't want to ruin all my video ideas, but I have a lot of them. But if you guys have something specific you want me to address or something that you've seen in the press or you want a Scientology expert's opinion on, you know, things that you guys might have heard or things that you might have seen, like say on Tony Ortega's blog, for example, or Mike Rinder. If you guys have things that you want me to address or clarify or talk in more details on, please make sure to leave it below in the comment section. Like I've mentioned in this video, I love hearing from you guys, so I read all my comments, as well as if you guys want to send me an email, whatever. I am going to try to get through a lot of my emails. I've been getting a lot from you guys, especially when I was talking about like my family stuff, whatever. I thought, you know, it was really sweet for a lot of you guys to reach out and show your concern. So I have been reading a lot of them. I will try to get through them. I think I saw a comment, someone was saying like, oh, a lot of ex-Scientologists, you know, don't ever write back, or, you know, other YouTubers and stuff. And it's like, guys, I know just from like other YouTubers as well, it is so hard to sit down and just write back to every single person. We read them all. I know I at least read all my messages, but I can't write back to every single person just because I would spend probably all day long just writing emails. I get hundreds every single day, so, and never mind thousands of YouTube comments to go through. So just know that it means a lot to me. I just can't write back to every single person. But again, if you have questions and stuff, I am compiling more questions for question and answers. I did one yesterday called Am I Rejoining Scientology? Check that out if you haven't done so. I have videos on Mango Tea, and I think I'm going to do another Mango Tea video after this. So go check out Mango Tea if you like gossip and YouTube news and all that sort of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. I don't know if I'll be able to hit 100,000 on this channel because I don't know if it's really, you know, it's such a niche type of channel. But something else I was thinking of I was going to tell you guys, but I guess I'll just save it for my next video. I could go on and on about the therapy and all other stuff, but again, I'll only go into that if you guys want more details on kind of inside my mind. That could be kind of a cool video, inside the mind of a ex-Scientologist. If you guys want that video, let me know down below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Bye, guys.